Welcome to what?
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show?
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. How did we meet? Chris Taylor White.
Yeah, we have a mutual friend, and I was opening a restaurant. He says, "Oh, I know somebody for front of house, I think." And then he shows up, front of house, like
Not front of house.
not front of house. I don't know. We just hit it off, and then my partner says, "Really? Like,
Key.
something wrong with him?"
Something wrong with me?
My partner's a chef also.
Looking for front of house?
No, I think it was just a miscommunication.
There was a miscommunication.
I think it was a miscommunication. I was 26 years old, and I went down to meet Brian and Key, and I never knew who they were or whatever. I was nobody.
He's my partner.
And I went in, and we met, and we talked, and I thought it was cool. It was something like I've never seen something like that before. You know, not that I was like a world traveler. I was a young shithead cook, you know? So it was just like, it's not like I had like some, Rolodex of design and what an understanding of a restaurant is by any means. I just worked in French bistros.
My perception of it is he's like, "Hey, you mind if I start in 6 months because I want to roadie for cancer bats or something?"
No.
Yes.
No, we were almost open, and then I asked for a month off.
Oh yeah. Anyways, I'm like, "What do you get?"
So we got to like open.
I barely know
which
you.
is like an insane. Now
I barely know you. It's like we're
Yeah.
gonna give you like, this is like an opportunity, I think, because I don't know restaurants, right?
He was like, "Do you want to be a chef or do you want to be like a roadie?"
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
And
Little pearls of wisdom.
Well, little pearls of wisdom, but it's like
drop
one of
it
those
in.
things where like I never had these types of conversations before. You know, like real conversations about like where you have to make decisions about what you want to do. Right? Like those are very real conversations that I'm able to even comprehend now. So when he asked, he's like, "Do you want to be a chef or do you want to like be a fuck off drunk roadie guy that tours with your buddy's punk band in a van?" And I was just like, "I want to be a chef." And he's just like, "Well, here's the work. This is what it is." Learning work was a big thing for me, and what I've learned from Brian and Key is it's about the work. It isn't about anything else. It's about the process. It's about all of that stuff, and it's just like I've really held on to those kind of moments that I've listened and heard and watched. If I would have chosen anything else, I would have been gone. I would have been out in the ether, right? But I chose even that, and we got to have something special where Oddfellows was special. It was insane.
Yeah,
it was truly an insane thing where we were young, we were wild, and the space was beautiful. There was like architects and people coming that like a different world that I ever understood, and like we're doing parties at like the Powerball and doing things.
Like we do like a 27-foot sub sandwich.
The weird things.
Deep frying
we were doing
Thanksgiving for losers. We like deep fry turkeys so people could come if they didn't have family. But one of the other moves we did did this Winnebago that we renovated, and we picked people up in their house and then bring them to the restaurant. It was,
And then we would like pass food through
So that's like that.
the back window of the kitchen, like over the garbage cans. And then we'd just end up probably doing drugs with them at the end of the night. It was our little place.
Yeah.
And I think it was like a special little moment. It wasn't successful. It failed incredibly, but it was like a fundamental thing that like allowed us to be creative. Brian and Key allowed a lot of young people to run and operate a restaurant in a failing manner. The thing that I'm very confident about is like losing money. I thrive in debt. I thrive in money loss. It's an incredible place to live. Because
Mattyisms. Yeah, I know.
But it is a thing where it's just like, don't let that stress you out. I've opened and closed many restaurants. You know, you just have to keep going, and failing is part of that. And it's just like I've learned to fail kind of gracefully, and I kind of enjoy that, where you're like, that didn't work, and everyone's always so stressed out or so hurt by their egos, because a lot of times restaurants fail just because of bad business. The food can be beautiful, the room can be truly original, everything can be incredible, and you still lose.
We're applying a lot of like business experience. Like that's something we want to turn into something. I think that's why we're still doing cool product, but I think applying our knowledge of product and pricing, market, we understand a lot of that. So I think there's a bit of that.
I'm sure we could have taken a cast iron pan and put an M on it and sold it.
Oh no, if we cast your face in that,
Put my face
just
on
be
it.
like we could have done that low-hanging fruit shit, right? Like the development on that was like 1.5 years, right? Like
And
a
it's
lot of
also
development.
like there isn't one that looks like this. There isn't one that feels like this. There isn't one that really. Some may cook like it, but once again, there's things about doing the process that's what matters to us. It's not about making a quick dollar. It's not about. It's about the work. So once again, our targets and our bullseye isn't necessarily how many and how much. It's always like what we enjoy making things. We enjoy, I guess, being in the mud a bit and like flapping around and being uncomfortable. It's one of those things where I see a lot of my friends who can put their name on a thing that they just buy, and they don't have to design something. They don't have to pay for molds. They don't have to communicate with a lot of different parties to design something and to create something. And they can turn it around and they can sell thousands and thousands of different products. But once again, where does that land? And that on a spiritual level, that lands in you're a loser. So then you're in loser town. I don't like being. I'd rather
There's
be.
a couple of towns.
There's a
in the
couple
world.
towns lying
The
around.
loser town, the winner town.
Yeah, we want to be like winning. Necessarily isn't about the most and the how much, you know. And it's just like, if I wanted to be crazy rich, I'm sure I could have figured that out. But I'm not searching to be crazy rich. I'm searching to be. What I want to do in life is something that I want to do in life. And it just so happens we want to make original things.